Funny seeing you here again so soon. Did the bear call you? I made a joke about it. Then I heard something. I was like, hey, wait a minute. All right. Well, it's not very often I get to do two in a row so soon. But if the, well, even if the weather doesn't hold out, I don't really care to be in a tent all night long, but I'll make the best of it. We just had a nice little rain and hailstorm up here on my way here. And so hopefully that'll hold off and we'll get to do some cool stuff, have a little campfire, smoke a pipe or two, and just hang out a little bit. Um, I already learned something. I was thinking I brought my tent, but I didn't bring a tarp because I was bringing a tent. And, I got to thinking about it and I'm like, even if I have a tent to sleep in, wouldn't it be cool if I could get out of it once in a while if it were raining? So I think from now on, I'm going to start throwing a tarp in my tent, and some extra stakes, just regardless of whether or not I have a tent or something like that to sleep in already. Just because, if I had a tent, fine, but I want to have an awning or something like that, or just a little cover or shelter that I can get outside. And, maybe if I put it high enough, I could build a fire under it, just a small fire, and still enjoy my night, even if it rains on me a little bit. Whereas the way it is now, let's see, that weather is coming in again. The way it is now, it probably wouldn't be very much fun to just sit there in the pouring rain and uh, just be miserable for no reason. So that would pretty much push me into the tent. Not much to do in there but listen to the radio. So there'd be no point in really going camping if I'm going to spend the whole time in my tent. But let's give it a shot. I'll watch the radar. We'll see how this turns out. I'll catch you up over the hill. Well, I made it up here to my spot, and can't really ask for better than this. I mean, the temperature is absolutely perfect. I couldn't ask for better. But it's still drizzling a little bit. You can see my junk back there and a little radio sitting on top. I'm not one of those people that blares the radio super loud and makes it obnoxious for everybody else in the forest. I keep it quite quiet. Mostly it's there because it's a also a power bank. But here's my spot, my little fire pit from the other day. And so I don't know if you notice, dark, very light, trees, open. So my fire pit is right in the most, it's the most wet spot on the ground here. But the cool part is, everywhere underneath these trees, it's still actually pretty dry. And as hard as it rained, that's impressive. I mean, we had rain and hail for a while. And so if I bring you over here, here's the part that I'm most impressed with. I'm sorry for the shaking of the camera. I just use my phone for everything, and I can't afford a better camera right now. So it is what it is. And if you look down here, there's my firewood that I put out there from last time that I cut with that little saw. It's bone dry. I mean, the one on the top has, maybe a little moisture sitting on the top of it, but I guarantee you I can baton into the middle of any of those and it'll still be as dry as it was last time I was out here. So I'm really happy about that, because today I'm going to try to do a flint and steel fire. It's been a while since I've done it, and I'm sorry, Mark. I brought the one that, I brought both of them. My backpacking one, which is a lightweight one, and I brought the bigger one that I made on the forge that I was originally going to send to you, but my wife commandeered that one, and then I made her something else, so she gave it back to me. So if you want it bad enough, I will send it to you, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and use it because, to be truthful with you, it works better than the one that I bought, that I purchased off of eBay. Now, I don't know if that has something to do with the old files versus new files type thing, but it very well could, because the file that I found in the woods was, you could tell by the pitting on it. It had been out there for quite a long time. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. It was a Nicholson file, So I don't know if brand has anything to do with it. I don't know what the one that I bought from eBay was made out of. So we'll see. I do have some 1095 steel at home that I'm planning on making some flint strikers with. So, you know, if anybody wants to raise their hand and say, hey, you know, I'll give you a couple bucks. I mean, I'm sorry. I wish I could do it for free all day long for everybody, but I can't do that because I had to pay for the metal. I've got to pay for the fuel for the forge and all that kind of stuff. So if I could, I would, but I will price it fairly. I can promise you that. Um, let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, set up my tent, and you know, if it, if all it ever does is drizzle like this, I'm okay with that. I can get drizzled on all day long. I just don't want to be caught in another little hailstorm and all that kind of stuff. But by the looks of it, that shouldn't happen again. And if it does, I can wait it out, as long as it's not doing that crap all night long. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'll catch you in a minute. I just wanted to show you these stakes real quick. After that issue I had with those plastic stakes out in the desert, I decided not to use any more of those, and I ordered these. I ordered 10 of them, and these guys are steel, okay? And I just added the little paracord loops myself. And these things they're like me. They're not very long and they're not very sharp, but they get the job done. So, you know, take that for what it is. These suckers, though, I can pound these and bust through a rock if I have to, and they'll just keep on going. They don't bend, they don't break. The one thing that they are, much like myself, is heavy. They are extremely heavy. So I carry 4 of them in my pack just to not have quite so much weight, and I can use them. Normally I use them for my ground sheet. Just because I have them, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, use them for something rather than keep them in my pack. But also I can pull them out of the ground sheet and use them for the 4 corners of the tent as well, or for a tarp or whatever I need to do. You know, if I need something that's really strong, that's not gonna break in half, I can pound it through a rock. These are my guys. You know, not to mention, you know, they kind of have a useful aspect as a tool, or even it could even be a nail, or it could be a spear point. You know, so there are some other things that can be done with these. Matter of fact, you could lash a few of these to a stick, and you know, I don't want to go that go that route, but if you needed to create some sort of booby trap, you can absolutely make a spring pole and attach these to it, and, you know, set up a trigger for it so that stick will sling out with these guys. And if you get these guys moving fast enough, they're going to hit hard and it's going to suck. So I don't recommend doing that in any situation, even if you're trying to get an animal, because if you get a human, it's going to be a big issue. So like I said, I wouldn't recommend doing that unless humans are what you were hunting for some specific reason. But I definitely wanted to show you these stakes. I got these on Amazon. Sorry, it is what it is. But these things are tough. You're not going to break these things. I really like them. Good stuff. Anyway, just wanted to show you those. A few fatwood curls. Wow. That never happens. That was just dumb luck. Oh, that damn leaf. Once we get this fire going, we can get that stew going. Just gonna pull a Joe Robinette and lose my stuff here. Sorry, Joe. That wasn't a shot at you. Not that you would watch my channel anyway. Don't want any of my 6 subscribers to think that I'm taking a shot at anybody. That's just kind of out of character for me. Right. Oh, she fell over, but that's okay. Does not matter one bit. All right, we'll let her catch up a little bit. I don't think we're in any danger of losing it now. So, oh, there we go. Almost did it. Almost did it. Almost lost my flint. Okay, I think we've got an established fire now. I'm not too worried about it at this point. So I'll catch you in a minute when this burns down.